portray
Bowser, the king of the Koopas.
and Gamera, the guardian of the universe.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Once upon a time, a giant turtle had a dream. He would conquer the Mushroom Kingdom by turning everyone in it into brick. But one pesky princess had the gall to undo his mystical masonry.
Naturally, King Bowser Koopa had only one sensible option. He snatched her up and locked her away in his castle. No, not that castle. That castle.
Because what's a little kidnapping when you've already morphed thousands of innocents into brick?
With the princess out of the picture, Bowser finally had it all. Until two pesky portly plumbers popped up out of nowhere and procured his petulant princess.
Nice job on that alliteration.
I'm surprised you know what alliteration means.
Of course, my conspicuous co-host. Anyway, if there's one thing to say about Bowser, it's that he never gives up. He's always hatching a new scheme for domination with his army, and you know it's going to involve some princess pilfering.
And not only is he tenacious, but he's also incredibly tough.
Probably due to his natural turtliness.
That's not a real word, but you are correct. Bowser's seemingly indestructible shell can take an insane amount of abuse, as can the rest of him, really.
Not only that, but his shell's great for doling out damage. Probably because of the impale-a-man-sized spikes, which he can shoot out of his shell like a goddamn cannon.
Bowser also fights with his razor-sharp teeth and claws, and is capable of lifting and throwing massive amounts of weight.
He could probably even lift your mother, Wiz.
Hey!
Lord knows I couldn't. He's also got a bunch of weapons to throw around, like hammers, spike balls, and Mecha Koopas, all from the safety of the happiest flying machine ever, the Koopa Clown Copter. Is that spelled with C's or K's?
An impressive airborne vehicle which can somehow drop ammunition exactly the size of itself. Probably via some kind of magic.
Oh yeah, have we mentioned that this is a magic turtle? He can breathe fire like a dragon, shapeshift into anything, and even grow at will to be as big as a castle. Which is also a transformer. You think he can grow his...
No, I don't want to think about it. Have you seen a turtle penis? They're horrifying.
I haven't. Why have you?
Science. Anyway, with his size increase comes a tremendous boost in power. Not only can he fight a castle, he can pick the whole thing up and throw it.
He's tough enough to survive lava of any temperature, even when it melts off his skin. He's withstood a point-blank supernova and being sucked into a black hole multiple times.
And consider, a black hole is a complete compression of space and time which stretches anything apart, even light itself.
Man, you'd think with all this awesome power, Bowser could take over the Mushroom Kingdom, like, no problem.
Except he's an idiot. He's constantly underestimating his opponents. He builds traps in his castles which always end up being used against him. And to top it all off, he's illiterate. Still, with his incredible ferocity and brute force, it's no wonder Bowser strikes fear across the Mushroom Kingdom.
Until they all get together for go-karting or some tennis.
Take it from me, Boomstick. You can't always be the bad guy.
Okay.
The year was 1965, the apex of the space race. Technology was advancing further and faster than ever before, but no one could have anticipated the bioengineered marvel hidden beneath the waves. Eons ago, the ancient people of Atlantis learned how to construct life and foolishly decided to play God.
But instead of creating something safe like a dog or a bunny, they created giant flying laser-shooting murder birds. Surprise, surprise, they couldn't be controlled and they turned 100% of Atlantis into oceanfront property.
So, what was their solution to counter these giant destructive monsters? Why, another giant destructive monster, of course. Enter Gamera, guardian of the universe and friend to all children.
Hurry, let's go. You know how harmless Gamera doesn't hurt people. He likes us.
Friend to all children? That's a terrible title. How about Gamera, the flying, fire-breathing Ninja Turtle of Doom?
That's actually not far off. For a 260-foot, 10,000-ton turtle, Gamera is quite agile.
And it's Dixon! His arsenal includes 2 huge tusks, twin elbow spikes, and a fire breath so strong it can be used underwater, despite being, fire.
Technically, it's highly concentrated plasma, the fourth state of matter. The hottest plasma ever created by man exceeded 3.6 million degrees Fahrenheit. That's hotter than the surface of the sun. Gamera's fireballs can burn through practically anything.
And when he's not spitting hot fire, he fucking eats it!
It's true, a fiery 4-course meal can quickly heal and re-energize him.
Naturally, as a giant turtle monster, he can retract his limbs and head into his shell for extra defense. And then fire rocket jets out of the holes and frickin' fly! What the fuck is this? And why can't my turtle do that? Someday, Mr. Snappy. Someday.
Gamera can fly at speeds breaching Mach 3, over 2,200 miles per hour. That's faster than the world record-holding SR-71 Blackbird.
But how the hell does he know where he's going? And more importantly, how does he not puke his guts out?
The Atlanteans built Gamera using mana, an ethereal energy force connecting all things, places, and people. Everything has a finite pool of mana, which can be measured using a Sega Dreamcast.
But it still can't play DVDs.
A person's mana is dependent on how much influence and authority they possess over others. As Gamera literally holds the world's fate in his claws, his mana levels are off the charts.
Gamera can manipulate his mana in combat, which is useful when you've lost your arm and need to give your enemy a kaiju-sized falcon punch. Fuck yeah!
And if Gamera ever runs low on mana, he can summon more from the Earth itself.
I think he got him. Gamera is fast enough to catch a missile going Mach 10, capable of flying through outer space, and tough enough to survive a nuclear explosion which leveled the entire city of Sendai.
As Sendai is about 152 miles across, this explosion must have yielded nearly 112 megatons of force.
Gamera has a fierce will to fight. No matter how much pain he's in, he'll keep pushing forward for the win.
And he's not just determined, he's actually quite brilliant. He tactically seeks to exploit enemy weaknesses, and is apparently smart enough to repair an alien spacecraft.
He does machines.
But despite his intelligence, he is not infallible. Gamera's supposedly impenetrable defenses have been pierced before. And remember, Gamera is explicitly the guardian of Earth, which does not necessarily include humanity. In fact, Gamera fears mankind may one day become the Earth's greatest enemy.
I knew he sounded too good to be true. He's a hippie turtle.
And yet, Gamera has a strange fondness for children.
Gamera! Gamera! He will bring kids to his bed, touch them like no other can. Please don't tell on Gamera! No, really.
Actually, he's sacrificed his life to save children on multiple occasions, even used his ultimate self-destruct move, all for the safety of innocent children.
Oh, that's pretty cool.